Hi, people. Um, and it's a while since I've done a video. So I'm just going to actually discuss today about the Scottish judiciary, Scottish court system, and the decline in the way that this system is operating, and the apparent, things that are really not lying right with service users and things. So I studied law um, a while ago, and here I have a £36,000 student loan bill for the law that I studied. So when I studied law back in 2006 to 2011, so there it's there, £36,000 that I'm due them for the law that I studied. It was quite an eye opener. And probably looking back, it was a lot of indoctrination because it really was no law that I was studying. It was a system to oppress people. And law is really only for the elites, you know. And it's very, very concerning the type of laws that they're using now. In the Bible, the law was only meant to be in place as a deterrent, you know. And it was really God's law that should have been operating. So basically, man-made law has made a lot of money out of law, commercialised it, and oppressed a lot of people, and destroyed a lot of people as well. You know, children, families, and it's a very, very big business. So it's not something that I really want to be around, but I've been sort of helping people in the last couple of years. And anyway, one of the things that's really came to my attention is that, and I'm going to go off a wee bit on a tangent here, is that I've been looking at this signature thing on a lot of these court orders. So they're basically coming in and taking people's property, taking people's children away with these typed up documents that a child could actually write. So when I was taught law, there was a 1995 requirement to write in Scotland Act that says that most documents that were really, legal had to have a wet ink signature. Now let's just go through a whole list of documents here I'm going to show you that don't seem to merit any signatures because we're dealing with corporate entities, So let's look at legal aid for a start. So there's the legal aid board, this one here. And let's zoom in on that. So that date on that was the 25th of March 2022. Obviously, I've preserved the content of the document. And there you go. No wet ink signature. It's just a civil application department because they're a corporate entity. They're a legal fiction. Next one is a court, and this new sort of style court order. And this is by a Sheriff MacDonald for Dunfermline. Not a very great sheriff, I would say. This document has been electronically authenticated and requires no wet ink signature. This is concerning. Very, very, very concerning, by the way. The next one, this is a Park and I private firm, limited company, probably run by a police or somebody who's in the know, a bunch of solicitors. And there you go, yours faithfully, nobody. I mean, you couldn't write this. Honestly, you could not write this. Next one, the Crown Office and Procurator Fiscal Service. And, the Police Scotland, And there you go. No wet ink signature. Because they're all a corporate entity. They're a business. You know. There is a court order back in 2008 by Sheriff Allen. So at least he put his name up the top. And he put his wet ink signature. 20th of March 2008. I wonder what changed with these documents, because I could tell you, I have some signed documents, and I could probably tell you, which I may disclose in later videos, why a lot of it changed, and because the legality, what they were doing was horrendous, taking people's liberty away, taking their houses away, and now, you know, we know that sheriffs and judges, and I'll never call them lords, never. I used to call them lords, but there's only one lord. And why should we go to these courtrooms and call these people lord, and they actually answer to it, and I tell you to address them that way? That's taking the Lord's name in vain. I mean, they think they're legends in their own mind. You know, I was in Paisley Sheriff Court the other day, and this very ill-informed sheriff, and a lot of them summary sheriffs now, you know, just a bit of a jumped-up lawyer, you know, really not got a lot of intellect on the law. And sitting presiding, and she says, stand up, not to me, she never, stand up, this is my court. My court. They think they're legends in their own mind. I thought it was the public's court, but actually it's not the public court because it's run on maritime law. You know? And when you stand up, they've got jurisdiction over you. You know? So, next document. There's a letter for a bunch of solicitors. And we were taught about signatures in university, and there's a snake signature there. How could you identify who signed that for that? Bit like an 8, a snake. You know, another one there, snake. You know, another bunch of solicitors. So it's very interesting. These there's, you know, everything for the Crown Office to the solicitors, to court orders, to Police Scotland, to private parking firms, you know, no wet ink signature. Now, here's just, there's Fife Council. I forgot. They're the councils. Remember, they used to be called corporations. It was there in plain sight. Corporation. They thought we better get that name out of the way because the public might click on, you know. So they changed it to local authority or, various other names. But there you go. No wet ink signature, and they want revenue out of you. You know, they're just a bunch of charlatans. That's what they are. You know, there's DVLA, same game. You know, honestly, you couldn't write this. You know, the Crown Office. It's just horrendous. But anyway, here is something here about wet ink signatures. Now, it is also noted on this document there is no wet ink signature. The action of not signing the document sent to Miss X legally means that no living person has taken legal responsibility for the content of the document on behalf of the Scottish Crown Office, and I'm just using that as an example. The very act of not signing the document renders the document void and therefore non-legal. Therefore making the decision not competent, and the offer null and void, and has created procedural impropriety by the authority. Can you send a signed document with wet ink signature to confirm that this document is ratified? You know, I've sent many documents back and says I can't engage with you because it's a computer generated letter you're sending me and it's not been ratified, you know. So, and you bet your bottom dollar when you get cited or any summons, invitation to go to court, there is no wet ink signature that's got Procurator Fiscal on it. You know? So, Also, the other concerning thing is I looked at this bit of data the other day, and this judge down south, I mean, honestly, it's painful to watch in lifetimes. Judge asks jurors if being called ladies and gentlemen upsets them. You know, honestly, honestly, it just really has to stop. It really has to stop. Now, the last thing I want to speak about is, and there's that article there, I'll maybe put the link on for that underneath, but it was really painful to read. You know, the last thing I want to speak about is these new systems of phoning in, because of the COVID pandemic, everybody's got to, not be anybody near anybody who sneezes or anything like that, because you might catch something. Now, what happened is that they put these online things, you go on this WebEx thing, and they tell you not to record it and things, but you bet your bottom dollar they're recording it, because somebody gave me some data that they are recording it, and it's stored down in London somewhere. So you go on there, you talk about your house being taken off you, possibly repossessed, your children's cases, all these things. You don't know who you're speaking to. That person at the end of the line, and I was on the other week there for 6.5 hours, and we got shut out at 4:30 in the afternoon, and you can't dial back in. 6.5 hours on the phone to a court, if it was a court. These people could be in their house drinking. How do you know who you're speaking to? Your eyes are your judge. And I was on a screen last year. I put it a blank screen. I didn't go on these things because it's just an insult to my intelligence. And somebody ran off it, and the sheriff says, "I'm going to hold you in contempt of court." Honestly, it's not well. How can you be in contempt of court in your own house? Honestly, the next thing they'll have you doing is that you're all rise, and we know who we were to rise for, and it's certainly not these people. We know who we were to rise for, but they'll have you rising in your own house. This is not well. The reason why, you just ask yourself why they're not putting any signatures to things now, why they're not letting you in public courts, and legends in their own mind thinking that these courts belong to them. Because they don't want any. They might know what's coming. And what is coming? Well, there's very vast changes coming, whether it's for the better or for the worse. But why would people in perceived authority not wanting to be dealing with you face to face and making life-changing decisions down a phone or online? People have to be very, very careful with this, by the way. Very careful. Because I've had a few judicial reviews in about it. And I have. Because I say this is not the right way. It's sensitive data you're discussing. Remember, it's their laws, their man-made laws, the legal fiction, and the data protection and blah, blah, blah. And you're spilling your heart and soul down these lines or on these screens. To who? Honestly, it really, really is concerning. The Scottish judicial system, the Scottish court system, it's people are laughing at it, because it's an absolute disgrace. It wasn't the law that I was taught. Certainly wasn't. And people making decisions without putting a signature. I have interlocutors, true interlocutors, and that last one I showed you for 2008 is a true interlocutor, and I have interlocutors for higher courts, wet ink signed, certified, stamped, blah, blah, blah. But this is just, honestly, this is like Mickey Mouse. And people really have to be concerned about this, by the way, because it's going to come to a street near you very soon, So I'll leave it there, people, and I'll put a couple of links on underneath, okay? Thanks.